Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Nostalgia Train. And in this video, we're going to be talking about one of my beloved movies, and it's starring Chuck Norris. I've got like three major martial artists that I love so much. Um, the very first of them is Bruce Lee, followed by Chuck Norris, then Jean-Claude Van Damme. So in this video, we're going to be talking about one of Chuck Norris's films, which is actually my favorite Chuck Norris movie, and that's An Eye for an Eye. Yeah, it came out in 1981. It's my favorite Chuck Norris film. I've seen several Chuck Norris movies, and there are others that I love, but this one takes the cake for me. This is my favorite Chuck Norris film, my number one. In this movie, he plays a detective called Sean Kane, and in the film, he and his partner Dave Pierce, they're on a operation to get intel about this drug ring that's going on in the city, and who is the leader of the drug ring, smuggling drugs from China into the U.S. But they get set up at the place where they're supposed to meet their informant, and Dave gets killed, and Chuck Norris is unable to stop it because they get ambushed. There's serious gunfire and everything, so he gets killed in that scene. So he chases one of the attackers and up into a building, a high-rise building, and they fight, and he didn't say unintentionally throws the guy out the window, and the guy flies several stories down to his death. So his captain gets upset that their only lead, at least he could have arrested that guy, and they could have interrogated him to get some information, and now he's killed the guy. So he now says, "Okay, I'm taking you off the case because you're too close to this. Now you've lost your partner, so you're too close. You can't do this with a clear head." So he now decides to turn in his badge because he's like, "I don't even need the badge to do what I need to do." So he now turns in his badge and decides to go it on his own. So he now gets so in the process, he at the funeral he now meets his partner's girlfriend, Linda Chen, and she says as well that she also wants to find out who did this. She's a reporter, so she says she's going to use her reporting skills to also do some digging to find out who was the informants that they were supposed to meet, who was going to give them valuable intel about the drug ring. So so they agreed to keep each other posted about what they find and all. So like one day she now calls him that because we see her running through like busy streets of the city, being chased by these Asian Yokozuna looking type guy, and she now runs. She's able to lose them in the street, and she goes home. So she now calls Sean to tell him that she's being chased and she's got something that's going to blow the case wide open. But she's being chased, and he needs to come get her. So he's like, okay, lock the doors, I'll be there soon. But unfortunately, the bad guys, they find her, they come to her apartment, and by the time he races over there, she's been killed. So now it's like another dead end because he now knows they were chasing her for a reason. She had found something which they wanted, because when he got there, they had even turned her apartment upside down looking for something, which obviously they didn't find it. So her father, who actually taught Chuck Norris in the movie, he's the one that taught Chuck Norris about martial arts, taught him everything he knows about martial arts. So he's like, "I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna work with you to find out who killed my daughter." And so they now agree to work together to solve this thing. So in the process, Chuck Norris, I guess, to meet what's in Heather. She's the roommate of Linda. So from there, she also is a journalist. So she also wants to help him, do investigation, find out who killed her best friend and all of that. So they kind of get involved with each other anyway. So all the attempts to find out, like there was a point they even got an intel about who their informant was, but by the time they met with the informant, someone had, the like triad showed up. The drugs coming from Asia. So like part of the business is like it's got suppliers from Asia, then they bring the product to the US. So the Asian side are also in the US, running things, doing stuff. So they now come to the meeting point of where Chuck is meeting with the informant and his friend, what's his name, James Chen, the father of Linda. So the informant now gets killed before he can give them the valuable intel he has. So eventually, Heather now calls Chuck Norris to tell him that she's found something, that there was a key that Linda had hidden in her shoe. It was like that very night that she was killed, because they share an apartment. She had left a key in her shoe, and that key is for a safety deposit box at the train station. So she now says she's going to go there and find out what it is that Linda kept there, and obviously that's the evidence that she has that will blow this whole case wide open. So she now says that he should meet her at the news agency where she works. So he now gets there, and as he walks into the chief editor's office, who's Mr. Morgan Canfield, that he now sees Heather there, and some henchmen are in the room, and they're listening to a tape. So apparently Linda recorded a phone conversation between the owner of the news agency and the Asian crime boss in China, where they're discussing, the shipment of heroin being brought into the US and, all of that. So like the whole thing, she recorded it. So that's why she was being chased that night, and that's, what led to her death. So now he walks into the room with a fellow colleague, a detective called McCoy, who was also, part of the investigative team on trying to crack this case. So they now see each other at the lobby, and they walk into the office together, and they see Canfield listening to the tape. So he now sees Heather, she's sitting there, and there are like henchmen in the room. So instantly you just know that, okay, this is it. So this is the main head of the drug ring here on the US side, So now like, okay, so he's the guy. So he now tells Heather, thank you for retrieving the tape, which is the only evidence that, I can put him away. So, he now thanks her, and he now takes her along with him. So he now tells the cop that walked in with Chuck that, like, is he going to be a problem? Like, is he armed? Can we, is it going to be an issue? So he now turns out that the cop is actually on the payroll of Canfield. So he's a bad cop. So he was the one that informed Canfield about the what's it called? About the intel, the spy, someone that planted in the organization, the crime, the drug stints that was going to give up this very information. So he was the one that told Canfield, and that was how that informant got killed. So he now connect the dots. So he now tells Chuck Norris that he was only in it for the money, that he didn't know that they were going to kill, Chuck's partner, which he's also his friend. So he now said he didn't know they were going to do that. So Canfield now takes Heather and leaves with him to his mansion. They take off with a helicopter. So McCoy now leaves the room, believing that the henchmen that are in the room, they're gonna take care of Chuck Norris. So as they tied him up, so they're about to like strangle him, and James Chen now walks into the scene and now fights the henchmen. So Chuck Norris is able to get up and join the fight. So he now frees himself. So they now start racing down to Canfield's house, where like the deal is going down. With like the shipment actually is arriving from China, like a fresh shipment's arriving to his home. So they now get there, and there's a huge throwdown, and the cops also get there because apparently they've been on to McCoy. They've like figured out that he's the mole in the department who's been feeding intel to the drug ring. So they've just been waiting till like the shipment arrives at Canfield's home, so that way they can get him red-handed with the drugs. So they now get there, so there's like a whole showdown, a whole shootout and everything. So Chuck Norris now goes head to head with this that professor, the henchman that said he looks like Yokozuna. So they now throw down, they now fight, and he really gives Chuck Norris a really good beating, but eventually Chuck Norris gets the upper hand, on him. And I love martial arts. I love, like I said, I love Bruce Lee, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Chuck Norris. I love martial arts, so I really love this film because it had a lot of martial arts. Chuck Norris, we all know, is a world-renowned martial artist, so I was just in love with this film. The fight scenes were amazing, especially with him and that huge guy. They call him Professor. That's what they call him in the film. So I love their fight scene. It's so good. It's so awesome. So this is my favorite Chuck Norris movie. So I really love this film. It's my favorite Chuck Norris movie. So another thing I wanted to note, the lady who plays Linda, she's I forgot her real name, but she was also in the movie Freaky Friday. If you've seen Freaky Friday, starring Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis. She was in it. She played the Asian lady who owned the restaurant where Lindsay would come with her mom and her mom's fiance and her grandpa to, have lunch or have dinner. That where they, the whole switcheroo thing happened. So she's that lady who owned the restaurant. So that was actually her. I was shocked when I found that. I was so like blown away that was her. So that was like really cool. That was really cool. So that's it for this film. If you've not seen An Eye for an Eye, that's the title of the movie, go and check it out. If you love action movies, if you love martial arts, that's the movie for you to go check out. So go watch it. You're gonna love it. It's really good. It's really, really good. It's really, really good. I love this one. Really, really good. Oh no, my favorite Chuck Norris film. Really, really good. So that's it for this video. If you've enjoyed the video, for the second video, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. If you have seen the movie, comment in the comment section. Let me know what you thought about the movie, and let me know what your favorite Chuck Norris movie is, because this one is mine. So let me know yours. So that's it for this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.